That means we started. All right. All right. I'm Connor Riley. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to establish my name and supposed to introduce yourself.
I'm Eileen Riley,
See. All right. You ready?
and I am related to Connor Riley.
Not
I'm
related.
not married to him. I'm his grandmother.
She's not related to me. All right. You ready?
Ready?
Okay. Well, we're doing a thing on the 1960s, like I said before. So, what was popular on TV around that time?
Well, the Loretta Young show, I like that, but the Ed Sullivan show was the big show at that time. The big variety show, he was the first one to have the Beatles on, and that was the only show you could see Elvis Presley, and I loved Elvis Presley.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
Well, I can remember leaving a party to go home and see Elvis Presley on the Ed Sullivan show.
All right. Number two. What was popular? What was a popular movie around that time?
Well, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Apartment, Born Free, but To Kill a Mockingbird, I think, was the most important. I mean, that was a classic that people still talk about today. It dealt with prejudice
Now,
in the South.
who was in that?
Gregory Peck was the star of that.
What was a popular song or something musical back then?
Well, there were quite a few, but off the top of my head, I would say The Twist with Chubby Checkers, and The Twist is still going on today.
All right. Okay, next question. Where were you and what do you remember about the day John F. Kennedy got shot?
Well, of course, that was a very upsetting day. It was a shock because you really didn't expect something like that to happen here in the States. When it first came on television, you didn't know whether or not the president was alive or dead. And Walter Cronkite, who was a big broadcaster at that time, when he got the news on air that JFK had died, he teared up. He was choking, telling the story. It was a very, very upsetting time.
Now, he was a newscaster?
Yes, he was a very well-known newscaster.
Okay. What were your opinions regarding the Warren Commission's findings about the assassination? Did you ever have any doubts?
Not really. I mean, there was a lot of controversy. They had all kinds of speculation as to who might have been behind it and whether Lee Harvey Oswald had help, or if the Russians were behind it, or if Johnson was behind it. And they never really proved that it was anything but what it seemed to be at the time. Not as far as I'm concerned. There have been things over the years, they're still looking into it, some people. But personally, I thought they made the right choice, decision, whatever you want to call it at the time.
So you're still in denial about that. Okay. What did you remember about the MLK shooting and the riots at the time?
Well, not a heck of a lot. I mean, again, it was another shocking thing. As far as violence goes, the rioting, I can understand why they rioted, but it's not a good idea because that was counter to what Martin Luther King believed in. He didn't believe in violence. He believed in civil rights, but not gaining it by being violent.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
It's anti-productive.
All right. Did you watch the moon landing, and what were your feelings about when Armstrong first stepped on the moon?
I think everybody watched the moon landing. I mean, that was really astounding. It was almost like being in a science fiction movie to see that happen right before your eyes. A little bit unbelievable in the beginning. It was quite a momentous occasion. I'm glad I was alive to see that.
What do you think about the thoughts that they're saying it's a conspiracy that never happened?
I think that's ridiculous. I don't think it was a conspiracy.
Would you say you're still in denial about
Yes,
that too?
I'm still in denial. I really believe we walked on the moon and that we'll do. I believe in life on another planet, just because it may not be what we know as life, but I think there's life on other planets.
Well, now
It's
you're
a
gonna
big,
make people
big
think you're
galaxy.
crazy.
Well, if people think I'm crazy, that's fine. But I don't mean Martians are walking around necessarily, but I do believe there could be life on another planet, maybe more than one planet.
Well, okay. Well, that still sounds kind of crazy. That's a rat. Yeah, smile.
That's all?
Yeah, you only picked 8 questions.
Okay, I thought we had more than that.
All right, now there's